Hey Virgo, welcome to your reading. You have the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Fool, the Six of Wands, and then you have four Romance Oracle cards. I only wanted, I thought it was three, but these two were hidden together. So, yeah, it was actually four. I have quite a few similar cards, Romance Oracle cards to the other group, which is quite interesting. And also, this is for, I think I mentioned already, I'm not too sure, Sun and Rising Venus. And it could be, and the most important bit is that this resonates. If this doesn't resonate, that's completely fine. You could just ignore this video and just obliterate it from your memory. But if it does resonate, that's fine. You can take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I'm getting two main messages. Firstly, being a sense of you having the ability to sort of, I don't know how to put it. With this Page of Swords and the Fool card makes me think of someone like you going out there and starting something, you having to sort of start that ripple effect, basically, to get things going. That's what I'm saying. You also being recognized for your efforts and for your work, recognized maybe by someone who you're interested in, maybe you'll be recognized by them, or maybe this is more work related because you have the Eight of Pentacles, and both are good. Maybe again you have the finances and career here, very similar to Virgo's reading. Not that similar, kind of similar, in the finances sense. So you being recognized for your efforts, you being recognized for your skills, for everything you've put in, but you also maybe having to start something yourself, to see results. Which, for example, because there is a sense of having to, the person, if you're interested in someone, maybe them, you having to compete for them. They may have quite a few other people interested in them as well. But I am getting a sense of more like a kind of a crush who's quite popular, or has someone else. It doesn't have to be like many other people who's after them. It could be one other person who's after them, or interested in them rather. Because you have the Eight of Pentacles, I see as sharpening your sword. Basically, you have that Page of Swords, taking an offensive stance. You have the Four of Cups at the top of the deck, decisions and choices. But you have this card under it, Nine of Wands, so taking a more offensive stance. So these two are very, very similar, both getting ready to battle. One has sort of sun sets, I believe, and the other is a clear blue sky. So there's again this heavy sense of having to compete for something or for someone, or it could simply be the case of you blocking your heart or being more what's the word? Basically not opening up really. Maybe it's the case of you not opening up, or maybe being defensive, literally, in terms of words, you being defensive, not saying what you really feel, maybe, or again, just avoiding something. But I'm getting this sense of offense and defense. But with this, I'm seeing more of a sense of protecting something. With that, what do you call it? Eight of Pentacles as well. With that Eight of Pentacles as well, and actually no, with that Fool card, I'll get to the Eight of Pentacles later. With that Fool card, I do get that sense of again, having to have faith and believe in something. Maybe it's the case of let me get these two cards. This is gonna keep going on and on and on. I keep seeing cards that just draw my attention, and I feel like saying something about them. But then, let me move these forward. So with these are all the cards I'm bringing out now were under the deck, but I like to go in under the deck sometimes and find out what else what other messages I can get from that, because I do sometimes get something from that. So Page of Pentacles under, not under, but on top of under the under the on top, basically, and Ace of Cups. So new beginnings. So again, you having to start something new, and by you starting something new, it could lead to something bigger, basically. Because again, you have calling in your soulmate. Maybe it's literally you have to make that call. Not like you calling in your soulmate. It could be you taking actions to bring that person in. Maybe you literally making that call. That could be as well. But you have this Four of Cups, decisions. So with these cards here, it could be a case of you have this heavy sense of studying, this heavy sense of learning and improving and sharpening your soul, sharpening your skills. And again, this heavy sense of starting something new. A lot of new beginnings here and a lot of skills being learnt. So I feel like in your love life, maybe there's something you need to learn more of or about. There's something, or it could simply be learning about the other person. But I'm saying generally, you having to learn about something, learn more, and you being recognized for your efforts. Stuck to my pinky. Okay, you being recognized for your efforts, for the effort you put in, and for the knowledge that you've gained. And when you put it into practice, you being recognized for it. But again, with this sense of a choice, it could be that maybe there's two different skills, two different traits, two different things. Maybe you'll be interested in learning, and depending on which one you choose, could lead to a very different path. Or maybe it's the case of wondering whether you should start this thing or not. Maybe like again, it's having sense to just start that journey, to begin something. But this is like a whole new journey. It could be something that takes a very long time. So it's not something that ends really quickly. It's a long-term thing that could actually lead to some really, really wonderful things and financial security and maybe even a family. So like for what I said for Virgo was that maybe their finances and career could lead to this like their partner, their significant other, that they're the one, their soulmate, their twin flame, if they don't already know that person. If they do already know that person, it could simply be that maybe where they choose to put their focus on can seriously impact their relationship. For example, let's say someone chooses a career that takes up more of their time, so then they don't have enough time for their partner, and that influences their relationship. Folks, that's an example, just an example, which could actually, like, I don't know, because butterfly effect, that's how I'm always thinking, butterfly effect. The things, like decisions we make, can have big impacts. Even the smallest choice, so much as where you choose to dine, for example, can have a big impact, or where you choose to buy food from. Maybe it's simply a case of where you choose to put your focus. Similar to Virgo's reading again, but in a different sense. For Virgo, it's more of where they choose to put their energy, so not to basically manifest negativity. For you, it's more of a sense of where you choose to, what you choose to learn, what you choose to focus on, like physically rather than spiritually or mentally. So physically, where you choose to put your attention. So it's a case of rather than focusing too much on your romantic life, focusing on your work life, and then while doing that, it does lead to, it does lead to romance and recognition. So both you and Virgo have this card. Had this card. I didn't mention for Virgo. I kind of forgot. But you have this card at the top. Again, this is within the deck, and you have this card. I'm not going to go too far within the deck. I could literally just go through the whole deck. I have this independence. There's just all these cards on my table. So the Queen of Swords, the sense of being independent. Again, I am getting this heavy sense of like, not to like base it off too much on genders, but like this sort of strong independent woman vibe I'm getting with this card here, with this card here, with this card here, and I dropped it. Let me get it. Yeah, and with this card here. So that's why I'm getting that strong independent woman vibe, because you have a woman studying, woman, like, I don't know how to describe it. She just seems like a strong independent queen. And again, you don't have to be a woman watching this. This is just like based on the genders on the cards, which is like all these women seeming quite strong and powerful and learning their own skill. You have a strong independent man here as well. Although there's a lot more feminine energy with these cards here. So maybe it's a case of you finding your own independence, finding what makes you you. I'm getting this heavy sense of basically finding yourself and focusing on yourself and on what your own dreams, your own aims and stuff like that. So all these strong independent female energies, a strong independent man, and a what should I call this one? I guess a curious guy who just follows his heart. So whatever that means to you, like take it however way you wish. Just so you get a sense of what I'm seeing with these cards. I don't know. She kind of looks like Wonder Woman sometimes. I don't know why. I guess it's like that pentacle is almost like a shield, or what is it? The bracelets that she had. And I guess in a way her face shape and hair as well kind of makes me think of that. And she does as well actually. With her stance with that wand she's holding, and well, yeah, mainly that. It's just the stance she's taking that reminds me of Wonder Woman. So maybe that means something to you. These two don't remind me too much of Wonder Woman. I don't know. Because she's quite young as well, so... Actually, they're both quite young. So maybe I just get in the sense of finding your own independence, finding your own power, basically. Finding what makes you you, or focusing on yourself rather than focusing too much on love. And love will just fall into your hands like rain. In unexpected ways and in abundance, like a heavy rainstorm, in a positive way, like a rain shower. What's that? So that Page of Swords again about learning stuff. You have 2 pages. I think pages can also mean like new beginnings as well. You have 2 new beginnings, the Fool and these 2. So lots of new beginning, like a heavy sense of something new is starting, but it's up to you. Like you have the ability to shape it. Like you may be given a new mold, but it's up to you to shape it how you wish and to learn the skills necessary to, I guess, to be ready for it. Yeah, to learn the skills, because it's actually getting ready for something. To learn the skills necessary to be ready for it. Draw the cards. So then, yeah, this could be the one here. So if you are in a relationship or you're interested in someone, finances and career, you deserve love here. And what's the other one? Calling in your soulmate. So this got very messy. At the bottom of the romance oracle, you have worth waiting for. I didn't even know that. And as I said, you have to wait for it. And it will just wait for it and like focus on yourself, focus on what it is you want to learn, focusing on your career. I'm trying to pick this card up, focus on your career, and it will literally just fall into your hands in abundance, in unexpected ways, in an overflow. Where's that Ace of Cups in the overflow? So you have trust under that. So she's not just like sitting there for no reason. I feel like she has trust in the universe, in her guides, that Queen of Swords, and trust in herself most of all. So with that, where is it? With that 9 of Wands, I am seeing again a sense of having to trust yourself as well. Don't know why, it just makes me feel like that. Getting to know each other. So again, yeah, these 2 are quite opposite. So you have someone being deceptive and someone being more honest. So maybe it's a case of when you meet people, when we meet new people, we tend to make assumptions of them. When we meet new situations, we tend to make judgments. We tend to try and predict what it's going to be like before we actually experience it, or before we actually speak to the person. So rather than making that judgment, just going with it, going with the flow, just having faith, having trust. So this is about believing as well. You have that trust card somewhere here, right here. So then, what was I saying? So having that trust, having that faith, having that belief, to go for it, learn more about that person. Maybe that's what where is it? Yeah, this card. Maybe it's I was gonna mention before, learning about someone else. So learning more about someone else and getting to know them. That being what she's studying, so studying someone else as well. To get to know each other properly, removing that mask, that image you've given them. Yeah, free yourself. I actually have chemistry, and sometimes it just makes me feel like she's doing some kind of chemistry work here. Don't know why. So yeah, again, getting to know someone and building that chemistry up more and more. I'll leave it there. You do have like control issues, but I could go on, and I'll stop there. Thanks for watching.